Hello, welcome to Summer Talk 012. Today I want to talk about interesting subject called desire. What's behind the desire? What's the backside of desire? When we hear about desire, the first impression is desire is a negative words. It's people who it's greedy, who wants more and more. That's bad words for desire. So let's give an example of Roman Empire. People say Roman Empire has faded because of desires. People is greedy, and that's a bad example of people who has lots of desire has declined. What about the other side? The country who has lower desire, which means that country is a good country? Question mark. Have you thought about if you have low desire country, is it a good country? Of course, this is one way to interpret about desire. Let's see what's behind the desire. What's the backstory of the desire? Today, the example is talking about the country of Japan. Japan. When we talk about Japan, what can you think of Japan? Of course, in China, we think about Japan is very famous on these AV movies, AV small movies, if you know of, which is like sexual movies. So you would think, wow, Japan has lots of desire of sexual ability. But the truth is the research has found the age between 18 to 34 that the 39% of women are virgin and also 36% of men are virgin too. So in other words, Japanese people, it's not like what you think of. They have lots desire, and especially in today's Japan, you can see is less people are interested in buying house, lower birth rates, lower desire to make money from stock, even get married, even shopping. Their desire probably just come to a cell phone. That's all they need. It's one cell phone. No desire to get married, no desire to have kids, no desire to buy a house, no desire to play in stock market, no desire for shopping, no desire for luxury goods. All they need is a cell phone. So even a business want to lower their price for their goods, or even some like luxury handbag, luxury goods, they lower their price, discount their price, still cannot help Japanese people to boost their desire to purchasing stuff. So you can see a country who has lower desire for luxury goods or any goods, it's hard to stimulate a country's economy. So another statistics number showing GDP has not growth in the past 20 years, and you can see the people who buying house by the age of 30 are getting lower and lower. Even the desire to purchasing a car, it's going down also too. So today I want to talk about 3 reasons why the desire for Japanese people are going down. What's behind the desire? So the first reason why Japanese people have no desire to purchasing goods or luxury goods. Okay, in 1947 to 1949, after World War II, for the military people back home, the birth rate has going up so much because people are going back to families. So at that time, the birth rates, its first booming time, it's in after 1947 to 49. So the generation of the kids probably it's they born in 1970 to 1980s. That boosted Japanese economy around that time, 1970 to 1980. So that's the first generation when the birth rate is going up. And this generation, Japanese are rich Japanese. We call it sugar Japanese. Why? Because they work hard, they have hope, they have desire to purchasing stuff because the economy is really good. And they want to having birth too. So that boosts the second birth rates, which is the generation probably today is somewhere around 40 years to 50 years old of generation. But this second boost birth rates, it's called salty generation. It's completely different than first generation. First generation we call sugar generation. It's when the economy is good, when the people wants to work, when the people have hope. But the second booster birth rates, people are today 40 to 50 years old, they call salty generation. Why is that? Because around the year of 1990, we all know Japan had bubble burst in real estate, bubble burst. So that is the time for the second peak birth rates people. So they feel like they have no hope, hard to find the jobs, economy is not growing, so they lost their desire to buy luxury goods. And also this generation, it's another generation, the second generation we call the salty generation. It's another generation that doesn't want to have baby because the cost of having baby is very high. So besides cell phone, they probably don't have any other desire because cell phone give you a virtual world. You live in a digital world. You live in a virtual world. You don't have to social. You don't have to think too much. All you need is 3 meals that enough to cover your stomach, to cover your hungry belly. That's all they care about. It's enough food to put on the table. So they don't care about having a luxury watch or handbag or buying a house or car. That's one reason. It's the economic side of a bubble burst in 1990s. So people lost the hope of it. That's the first one. Then the second one is called social stratification. Social stratification, which means another way you can interpret is the social is fair. It's fair. Another way saying it is you don't have the opportunity, or the opportunity is much less. Whatever is a higher opportunity, it's higher class people have it. If you are lower class, you are still in lower class. So in Japan, if you and me, we all go to college, we all graduate with the same degrees, same major, we probably make about same amount of money everywhere in Japan. So if one day you wear a luxury watch that costs you, let's say, $10,000 for a watch, people will not envy you, say, oh, you are a rich guy. No, because we all know how much money you make in this field. And if you spend $10,000 on the watch, that means you squeezed money from other part, saved up to buy this watch. Then you don't have money left for other things. So people will not envy you because you have a luxury watch. So of course, you said, of course, there's some rich Japanese who is graduate from medical school, who is a doctor. Yes, they do make lots more money. But in order to go to medical school, it costs lots money to start with. So who can afford it to go to a high cost medical school? It's a higher class people who have money to go to medical school, graduate, making a huge good money. So another saying is social stratification, that higher people are making more money, lower people are making less money. So that's the second things about why people don't have desire. Then third thing, it's internet. Today's young generation, as we all know, they don't care about 9 to 5 works. They care about, after I graduate, I want to open a bakery. I want to open a small store, or I want to be a hair designer or style designer. They want to be cool. So for an economy who wants to grow in. One main thing is the concentration of spending. Yes. So in Japan, the spending is not very concentrated on one thing like real estate, or one thing in car, or one thing in what, they are just kind of divided by up. So people don't have the desire to consume. That makes the country don't growing too fast, or even go into a recession. As we know, Japan has been in recession for over 20 years. So let's flip to the opposite side of China. We all know Chinese people have lots desire to make money, desire to become a better person, desire to have more power, desire of lots of things to change in the world. So you can see China is completely different compared to Japan. It's much more colorful. So what's the meaning behind the desire? Today we explained desire. Behind the desire, it's the motivation to make economy grow fast. Thank you for the Summer Talk 012. Bye-bye.